Not an easy task when you're traveling on a budget in Rome, of all places, because there are certain things you can skip. You don't have to pay to go in all the attractions.
Nope.
But there's one thing you can't skip.
And that's food. And we went to 3 restaurants in Rome, and I gotta say, one was good, one was better, but one was definitely the best.
Definitely the best, and I'm gonna put good in quotation marks, but let's get to all 3 and pay attention to which one's the best, because everybody should eat there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we're gonna go in the order of the restaurants we visited, and the first one was called
Bar River. Now this one is directly across the street from Stadio Olimpico. And this one happened as kind of a fluke for 2 reasons. Number one, we are supposed to see that game between Juventus and Lazio, and we're gonna have a review of that coming up because it's a must-do experience.
Absolutely.
But we were supposed to see that game on May 11th.
Yes.
It got pushed forward to May 10th.
Which was the day that we landed.
Which is the day we arrived.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, we were kind of in a rush to get to Rome, get settled in, get changed, figure out our way to Stadio Olimpico, and get to the game.
So by that time, we were starving.
Yeah, we were hungry, but also that's the first reason this happened. The second reason this happened is because when we looked it up on Google Maps as to how long it was going to take us to walk from Excelsior Suites, where we were staying, to Stadio Olimpico, it said like 1 hour and 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, let me just tell you, Google lies, right? Or they're going at like a child's speed, because it took us, I think, like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was 40 minutes because there was walking traffic.
Yeah,
right?
It took us like 40 minutes to get there, and because we didn't know what to expect once we got there, and we didn't know the layout of Stadio Olimpico, because it's not just one stadium, it's like a massive sports, it's the Olympic complex, right, for them.
Yeah.
We thought we better give ourselves extra time. So not only did we budget for 1 hour of walking, an additional hour of making our way around and finding our seats and such, because keep in mind,
we've never been there.
We've got tickets from StubHub in Italian, looking for a seat allocation that I'd never seen before. But again, we'll get to that in the video about the game.
Yeah.
So we got there, and we had like a good hour and 30 minutes before the game was going to start, and we quickly realized it wasn't going to take us long to actually get to the stadium itself. So we thought, we better eat now.
Yeah.
Right? And we looked around, and we wanted to sit down, and a lot of the places near there are just kind of like grab and go. Right? So this was the first place we came across that actually had seating available, so we went and gave it a shot. It was by complete fluke. The place is called Bar River, and its primary food is pizza. It's really a beer and pizza place, and it also does sandwiches.
Yeah. And like, we were like, okay, we're gonna get ripped off because, you know, it's across the street from the stadium.
It's gonna happen.
But you know what? The price was actually reasonable, and we're putting this in our best? Better category, because it was one of the better meals that we did have while we were in Rome, and you know, cost effective for being across from the stadium.
Yeah, and don't get it mixed up, right? If you order pizza in Italy, you're not getting the same pizza you get here in Canada or America, right? Italian pizza, it's more of a traditional style pizza. It looks nothing like the pizza you get here. Don't think pizza, don't think Domino's.
No.
It's a completely different experience.
But it's fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. This pizza was amazing. We had no idea what we were ordering.
No.
So first of all, they don't really give you a menu. They just ask you, what do you want?
Yeah, and we were like, I don't know.
Pizza? What pizza would you like? We're like, what do you have? They're like, oh, all the normal ones, you know, the margarita, there's the Danielta, the capicogliata.
We're like, the last one sounds good.
And I'm like, she just listed a few. I heard the capicogliata or whatever, capa something.
Something.
But she said it in a way that made it sound like a little kind of special. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Hey baby, our first Italian restaurant. Well, not our first.
You saw a pizza like this? Never.
With an egg?
Never.
Never. All right, you go first.
What is it?
That's an artichoke.
You want the egg or the artichoke?
I'll take the artichoke. Or we can split it. You want to try it?
Good.
Oh, I just totally broke it. I'm breaking everything today.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Artichokes are very good.
It was so good, we ordered a second, right?
And
But-
beers, of course.
And beers,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, it was 2 large pizzas basically, and was
Four.
it 4
We had
beers.
4 beers, yeah.
And 4 beers, and with the conversion, it came out to $60 Canadian.
Yeah, which is
Right?
like, you know,
It's fair.
It's totally fair. And like I said, we thought we were going to get ripped off because we were across from the stadium, and we weren't. And we really had a fantastic meal. So that's in our better category. Absolutely loved it.
And you talk about convenient if you're going to the stadium.
It's right
Super
there.
convenient.
Yeah.
And the pizza was fantastic, and I mean, beer's good anywhere. So we had a great experience
We
there,
did.
right?
We
Absolutely
did.
perfect. That's our better category. Next up is our good,
Good.
category. Okay, now this place is called Remo Ristorante, and it was quite close to Excelsior Suites, quite close to us. And we really set ourselves up for failure here to start with, because, like we're going to mention in another video, you can't really get breakfast in Italy.
No, it's a lot of like coffee and maybe like a pastry of some sort. But like our traditional breakfast, they don't do it.
Yeah, and if a place offers it, they just call it English breakfast
Yeah.
because, you know, Britain's the closest place to them that does it. So there are some locations that offer a English breakfast, primarily hotels,
Most likely,
right?
yeah.
The odd place, cafe, may do a version of it, but we wanted something a little more traditional, but we already knew that Italians don't do breakfast, but we were desperate to find something. So first of all, you look online and you realize nothing really opens till at least 10. And 10 is like
mostly 11.
pushing it,
Yeah.
okay? There were places we thought, oh, this looks good.
Yeah.
This is the place to go. It says it opens at 11. Well, we'll wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we hung around the hotel for a little bit, made our way out gingerly, thought we'd get there for 11, be like the first ones there. We
Yeah.
get there for like 11:05.
Yeah.
It wasn't open.
No, the lights weren't even turned on. Nothing.
There was nobody there. There
Yeah.
was no way it was going to open in like the next hour.
Yeah. And
So-
that happened to us in like 2 or 3 locations.
2 or 3 locations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not open. Look around. Oh, we'll try this place. Then it says on Google that it's open at like 11:30, but you get there and there's like a written sign that says not opening till 1.
Yeah.
Right? And on our way to one of these places, we passed this Remo restaurant.
Remo restaurant, yeah.
We kept a
Flyer,
menu
yeah.
because we didn't want to forget, because we wanted to warn you guys, just because a place is open doesn't mean you should go there.
Correct.
Okay, so we couldn't find a suitable location and thought, you know what, that one place was open.
Yeah, and there was a gentleman outside that like, you know, was like calling us in. And I was like, this is, you know, I'm talking about it now and I'm like, this is such a warning. Like, just don't do it.
Don't do it. And the funny thing is on their outside patio and such, looks nice.
Beautiful.
This is something that kind of rings true for all of the places we came across in Rome. They do outdoor patios
Well.
by the street.
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
Toronto can really learn something by looking at the patios on the street in Italy.
Yeah.
Because we try and do the patios on the street
Oh, it's
here.
a fail.
They're brutal. Like
Yeah.
quite literally, people are driving by. You can feel
You
the
can
car
drive by,
motion go
you
by.
can walk by them eating, and it's like people will bike next to it. Like you're so close to
The street itself.
that like people could just kind of lean over and take your food and eat it if they really wanted to.
Because
right?
most of them don't have overhangs or anything,
Yeah.
which is what they have in Italy. So
Yeah.
on the outside,
It looked beautiful.
looked fantastic.
Right? Second warning sign, no one was there, right? And
We were like the first customers.
we were the first customers, but we're like, okay, well, you know,
Italians don't eat
Italians
breakfast.
don't eat till later, so we're like, you know, us North Americans, like, you know, we're hungry now, so we're like, yeah, whatever, we'll be the first ones there.
And keep in mind, that this is supposed to be breakfast. By this time, though, it's like 11:45.
We're
so
starving.
Essentially, it's
Yeah.
lunch. And we looked at what their menu had, and they had a special.
Yes.
And the special allowed you to kind of like pick a super salad.
Yeah.
And then pick a main.
And then have a dessert.
And have a dessert.
Yeah.
And it was 16 euros a person. And we're like, well, that's not bad.
That's a deal.
For Rome,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good price,
Yeah.
right? I mean, 16 euros, you're looking at around 25 bucks
Roughly.
Canadian, right? So we're thinking,
That's average.
And we're desperate.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's do it.
What a mistake.
So I'm going to show you some pictures as we go along. But I mean, so we both began with a salad.
Yeah. I should say like a couple romaine lettuce things and
Not fresh.
no. It was not fresh. They offered the olive oil and balsamic. It was okay. Like I get better olive oil and balsamic here, which was terrible because that's like the land for it. I don't understand why theirs was so bad.
So the salad was not special.
No. And then they gave us our mains, and so I ordered a carbonara. Cobe ordered, I think, arrabbiata, the spicy.
Arrabbiata penne.
Yeah. So they both came. I think they were penne or rigatoni. He'll show you a photo of it, and it was trash. Like.
It's not even Chef Boyardee quality.
No. If you guys know what that is, it's like out of a can. Like
this was literally out of a can.
It's
like
terrible.
Cheap pasta.
Yeah.
Made al dente so they can do it quick.
Yeah.
And then you splash a little canned sauce on it, and cheap canned sauce.
Like
no meat, nothing.
No, didn't offer us any cheese, nothing. Like it was just like, wow. Like I felt like a 5-year-old could have put this together for me, and it was
right?
They
terrible. Asked us if we'd like some bread to go along with it, but they charge you for it.
Yeah,
in the end, we decided to go ahead and do it.
We did it because we were like, well, we need some sort of substance in our system, so we got the bread. The bread was just as bad, right? Yep. It wasn't fresh. It felt like they just kind of.
And you had to pay for it.
Put it in the microwave, and I was like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they give you a dessert, so you have a choice between gelato and tiramisu. I ordered the tiramisu. Now that was probably the best part of my meal. Right?
But it's quite literally probably just tiramisu out of a package that you can get in Italy.
But it was
right.
But for having such a bad meal, that was like the highlight for me, and I'm like, this is actually not that bad.
My gelato was, your typical, slightly better than ice cream gelato. Nothing special.
Nothing special.
And they even gave me a
spear. You know what?
We'll share that video.
We'll show that video.
We'll share that video. Amy got a good laugh out of it.
I could not stop laughing about it, and I did.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Gelato spade. It's a thing.
The struggle's real. The struggle's real. Meanwhile, I got a legit spoon.
And I did order myself an espresso, so like that was good.
But no joke, so that's $60 gone.
Yeah.
We leave, and within an hour,
yeah,
we were hungry again because there's no substance to what they serve you.
None.
Right? That place was a complete ripoff.
Yeah.
Do not go there.
Do not go there.
I'll leave the name and everything in the description so you can be careful that you don't make the same mistake we did. But it was convenient to us and was the only place open.
Yeah. So.
Which taught us another thing.
Yeah.
Don't expect to eat early.
No.
So do yourself a solid and do what the Italians do.
Yeah.
Eat late.
Yes.
Right? Have a late dinner so you're not that hungry.
In the morning.
In the morning, and you can sleep in.
Yeah, you can sleep in or just survive off of coffee and be good, right?
So that was the good, but let's be honest, the bad.
It was bad.
Let's get on to the absolute best.
Oh, this is it.
So now the one place we found this basically our last night there. I wish we found it earlier.
Yeah.
Because we would have gone there multiple times.
And I think they serve breakfast or
they
breakfast.
They have a Italian breakfast, right? And they supposedly open at 10. Who knows?
Who knows?
But it's called Be.Re Trapizzino. Now I could be wrong about the Be.Re thing. Basically, it's Be.Re Trapizzini, and the Trapizzini is referring to the food they sell there, what they're known for. And again, this is very convenient to where we stayed at Excelsior Suites.
Yeah, so I'll go back to Google lied. Google said it took,
6 minutes or 12 minutes, whatever.
12 minutes to get from our hotel to Be.Re. It literally took us we were around the corner. It was 3 minutes.
I
and
feel
we're
like
shit, it was right there. And we went to that terrible restaurant and I was like, oh God.
I honestly feel like Google in Italy is taking the aggregate numbers of how long it takes people to get places when they're hammered. Everyone must just be drunk and stumbling their way to places, and it's it takes that long to get there for most people, so that's the time we'll give.
Yeah.
But if we're fast walkers to begin with.
Yeah.
But honestly, you don't need to be a fast walker to get from Excelsior Suites to Be.Re Trapizzino in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A regular walker could have done it in that time.
Yeah.
We got there so fast that when we turned the final corner, I said, Amy, it should be just ahead. She goes, what? I go, the restaurant. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, there it is. She's like, what? It's only been like 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know where he gets his 12 minutes from.
Yeah.
But again, maybe it's just timing people that are hammered.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Who
this
knows?
place is, again, like most of the places, has a great patio.
Yeah.
Fantastic patio. And it's quite literally halfway between the entry to the Vatican Museum and the, I guess what would it be? It would be the east entry to St. Peter's Square.
Oh, St. Peter's Square,
right?
yeah.
Of the
you're
Vatican.
Right.
So it's halfway between. So it's conveniently located if you're going to visit the Vatican. But what's great about this place is that essentially the menu is practically one thing. There are a couple of additional things on it, but you're there to get what everybody else is getting, which is their trapezzinos.
Which are just absolutely incredible. Now, here's the other thing that you didn't point out. The price point is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we are on a budget, right? So we didn't want to like go to like a super high-end fancy restaurant. And when we found this place, it's €5 for a trapezzino.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? And
You can see in the pictures, they're a decent size.
they're a good size. Now
Right.
we had one to start out each because we weren't sure like how heavy.
Are we
they
going to
were.
like it?
Or are we gonna like it?
Right.
And we loved it. We literally called the waiter over. I think like after we shot our little video of how we enjoyed it, we called the waiter over right away and we're like, more
Yeah.
of these. Now they have like I think 5 or 6 staple recipes.
Trapezzinos.
And then always ask for their special.
Their daily
because
specials.
They had I think 2 or 3 daily specials, and they were way the hell better. So
And they're both
ask.
good. Don't get it
Yeah.
wrong. Like I had the meatball
Yeah, and
trapezzino
I
was
think I
my
had the
first
chicken,
one.
and
Yeah,
it was-
and they were both excellent.
They were fantastic,
but
the
the
specials,
daily special was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
a good selection of beers. A lot of beers we don't know because they're a craft beer location.
craft
They
beers,
started
yeah.
off as a craft beer place, so I just picked something, I think German, because you can't go wrong.
I picked something like with a fruity tinge to
Something
it.
from Britain
yeah,
or
it
something.
wasn't that great, but I was like, whatever, it's beer, and I wasn't really there for drinking.
Yeah,
right.
but
We were
what I love about this place is it was comfortable.
Yeah.
It was popular.
very popular.
A lot of people were there.
Yeah.
Right?
We found the people.
It doesn't take them long to make a trapezzino because
No.
essentially all they're really doing is they'll probably have just a bunch of big pots of the mix of whatever flavors
and
they
just
have.
shoving it in the bread.
And then they're just like baking the bread quickly.
Yeah.
Right? To crisp it up and putting it in because it looks kind of like a giant pizza pocket with the
Yeah.
top cut off,
Yeah.
overflowing.
With the
stuffing.
With the stuffing, yeah.
Right?
was
But it tastes
incredible.
fantastic. It reminds me of kind of like California sandwiches. If you've been to a California sandwich place, it reminds me of that. It's different, of course. It's crisper on the outside, softer on the inside. But for €5, it's a great meal in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
We had it for dinner. So for €10, it's more of a dinner option because you're eating a little bit more, you're a little bit hungry. At least for us,
Right.
we're
But
hungry.
I'm
in
like,
the
I
evening.
wish I found that like day one.
Yeah.
Of our trip, because I was like,
We were eating there again and
just
again.
the location alone was so convenient for us, and then the food was just incredible, and the service was phenomenal.
Yeah, waiter was awesome.
Yeah, waiter
Right.
joked around with us. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So that's the place you can't miss. And
No.
again, I'll leave a description. In the description, I'll give you the address, the whole deal. I got all the information, so
Yeah.
I'll share that with you. So if you're in Rome and you're looking for an affordable place to eat,
That's not far away from the Vatican.
right? And the Vatican, like we walked Rome and we'll do a video on that, but the Vatican is like, even from the Rome center, like central Rome, it's about a 45, 50-minute walk at a regular pace.
Not Google pace.
And not our pace.
Yeah.
Right? Google says it's longer. But really, so if you're walking Rome, you're there for a few days, it's not, anytime you plan on going to the Vatican, there's your opportunity to go there. And I would take that opportunity because it's totally worth it. And it's a new type of food that we don't have here.
That's right.
They have it in New York. There's like a location in New York that has it. Like there's a couple of big cities that have it, but Canada doesn't have it. So if you're Canadian, you want to try something new,
If
there's
you're
your
from
opportunity.
anywhere, just try it. Support them. They're a fantastic company.
And
So.
if you're going to go to Stadio Olimpico for any kind of sporting event, go across the street, check out Bar River, because that's worth it too.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to either start or end that experience.
Start it.
Till next time.
Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos.
And let us know what you think of our new videos, because we're really kind of trying to up our game now.
Yeah.